Crap, there's a level 72 in the game.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they've probably been playing for fucking how long?
They've officially just said that when you revive, you don't lose durability. Oh, you're back.
Oh, you're laughing about the death?
That's why I was actually laughing because
We're like, dude,
I was
this is
just
fine.
I was just reading the chat what they were saying about it.
Oh no, we're fine. We're fine.
What does the chat think about his odds?
I mean,
It's still gonna be laggy, guys.
let's see what we get.
Okay,
Fail
I'll
on
do-
first
I
night,
think.
day 2.
It's possible that we fail on the first night. It
Yeah,
is possible.
not even one
Not
night.
even one night. Man,
You're so savage.
I don't know.
I like the fact that Hazel is running expeditions on the test server.
Well, of course. Look, an optimizer's an optimizer. When you're playing, right? It doesn't matter where you're playing.
He's like, whatever.
Like, I need this stuff. Like, it's like, oh no, sorry.
I'm like, okay.
Can't last a fortnight for sure.
Well, no, yeah,
Wow,
we won't
there's
have
no
time to
way.
do that. We played yesterday. That was
Pretty close hype, isn't it?
from almost
Yeah, but
exactly
I'm just
3
watching
o'clock
my
till
shit, my
about
fucking
10
frame
after
rate's drop.
7 by the time
Oh
we
yeah.
finished.
Oh yeah. It was 4 hours, 13 minutes.
Yeah, to play through the entirety of a 14-day run in Plankerton, of which we won. So that was cool. But yeah, we wouldn't be able to doing Fortnite. We'd be here all afternoon.
So do all of your resources from, the regular missions carry over to this game mode?
Yeah,
They do.
yes.
They do in this
Doing
game mode.
okay.
Yes.
We talked about doing an iron marathon where you started with nothing and came in and played this style of game mode. But we elected to start with this one because it's actually a little bit easier because you can bring
Guys,
bring your
I'm
normal
sorry. If you
inventory
guys
into
don't
the
want to
mode.
watch, I completely
We
understand.
may one day actually go that way or run an event that has that or switch the mode types. But for right now, you are able to bring stuff in.
I'm
Just
dropping
because we were
frames all over the
experimenting.
place.
We started to do this one.
It fixed over the weekend and it just fucking happened now.
I need to
Again.
craft. I need to make sure
You
I
know,
craft my
the other
weapons
thing
here.
is we changed some of the. I don't have the percentages in front of me right now, but one of the other things we changed is like the harvesting scaling wasn't quite correct, and so we actually made it work better now. So it should be a little more generous.
Look at all
the
these
top.
hearted guns. You think I heart a lot of heroes? All right.
I get the weapons because you never know which one you want to play around with.
All right. I should have L3'd those other ones. Oh well. We'll play. We'll play it with them. All right. So I had
I'm impressed you got a 98 gun there.
Oh no, actually the 98 gun I have at the moment is from Hazel Eyes.
Oh, okay.
So he dropped it for me. In fact, I probably need another one, honestly, for this level.
You're about to get attacked by the bee. Nice.
Get my back. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Probably go something like this. This 49 is not going to be worth anything in this level, though.
So yeah, so that's so this version, is just a our first attempt at this, and we'll change game rules over time, and we'll see what we learn from running this.
Sorry,
event.
guys.
But this is
I had like
this is the way
60
we
people in
started.
here, and then my stream broke.
I'm already too amped up. I'm just like, I'm shaking.
apologize.
I'm just like, man. It's just like, oh. Okay.
You've only died once. I mean,
I know.
Yeah, so first attempt, Darren, right? Like can you talk a little bit about the approach to events, and maybe a little bit specifically around like limited time around mode and stuff like that, right? Because it's one of these things where it's, as a player, when you read it, you're like, hey, this thing's coming, and it sounds cool, and I'm only gonna have it for a little while. Can you give a little context around that?
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is like we kind of talked about this, but I realized that depending on whether or not you've played games of sort of this style before, that maybe that's a little weird. But yeah, I mean, Fortnite's has what we consider an event model, right? It's like, okay, the simplest in a lot of online games are like, hey, you run a Halloween event, or you run a Christmas event, or or a or a new moon event or whatever.
Right.
And like when those events start, you introduce new content and new rewards and new stuff to do, and then for the duration of that period of time, you play that stuff, and then eventually it goes away, and then something new replaces it in order to keep the game fresh and interesting. And so, and then obviously you can refine those experiences you have and then bring them out at a different interval. So Fortnite is very much that style of game. And this is since a bunch of people haven't been, we haven't done this yet
Right.
with our this group of players. Yeah, I forgot that people are sort of getting used to that. So this is sort of our model where this is our very first event, Survive the Storm, and we're gonna be introducing some game modes, and then if things are popular, obviously we'll bring them back, probably in a revised
So that's
state.
one of the things I was wondering is that right, like so even when you understand like there's like the event model. And there will be things that are maybe even there are things that rotate and can come back as you said but there's the idea then that there's also things that are like a focus for early access of a thing that might be a persistent experience that we'll try at some point, whether it's mode or mission or is
absolutely.
Is everything the first time that we put it in we aren't sure if we're going to do it over time. Or
Yeah, I mean it'll probably be the conversation ad hoc. Like I think each time we'll have the conversation about whether or not something will stay on or something.
Because you want to know how players react to it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and then we can figure out what we're going to do from there. Or we may require longer testing periods. So in order to leave something on for a longer period of time, we just want players to play more than, maybe it's just like, hey, we want more feedback than 1 month. So therefore, we'll elect to leave that one on for gain more feedback from the players. It really depends. So this is...
how are you feeling, Zach?
Yeah.
Do you feel prepared?
He's
A
speed
couple
building.
people are actually questioning why you're sort of building up the walls like that.
Lobbers. So either way, they're going to come up close, but at the very least, that gives them different targets than the core base. Nothing's going to melt the defenses down here faster than those lobbers taking out these walls. That's normally what's going to take this stuff out here. So that should help. Should help. We'll find out. Should help remove some of that. Now, the hard part, so let's see what these enemies are. So these are 70s.
Did they say they're going to do the patch notes, like the actual notes?
They said that they can't give it out until they've fixed, I don't know. But it sounds like they're not going to like give it out soon.
I want to see this new gun at least.
Good jump step there with the trap placement.
It's a fucking hammer crush. That's all I was thinking.
Yeah, that would be great if I could aim.
I was just going to say, if only you had like a giant anime hammer to take care of them.
Oh, yeah. Like this? Oh, yeah. That's actually true. Oh,
I don't know if you want to do it with the bees, but I'm saying with the...
definitely not the right choice for the bees. All right. So the thing that we have to watch out for here that could be coming up is the... Okay, good. We have a
yeah, it's the same something like with the update being delayed, the patch notes will still be a bit
the
delayed.
propane tanks, as our community likes to refer to them as Hank Hills. Anyways, the
they call them Hank Hills,
propane accessories. Anyways, yeah, for those of us who grew up in the 90s. Anyways, they can just lay waste to any of our defenses just a little too fast. So normally we see those. Sometimes if they're going to spawn, we see them around 4 minutes though. All right, so here.
Now it's your hammer time.
All right, yeah.
Too late. Oh look, it's our new.
There's new enemy
shielder.
So we added another. We can talk about
There's a new enemy there.
Where, you see them?
Creature that is again like everything that we start out with is probably in our prototype stage. We added the shielder in, and that is that you'll see that little winged fellow projecting a shield on an adjacent creature, and so if you want to optimize your damage, you've got to snipe the shielder down before attacking the whoever they're protecting. So we added that creature pretty much in the entirety of the game. They'll start out low level. You can see one of them right there as Zach just punched him away.
There he is.
Yep.
They look kind of cute.
See, this is actually what I'd expect. The
cool.
shielder, it requires a little bit of precision aiming if you want to bring that guy down.
I love how he's keeping the little baby husk
Yep,
alive.
that's right.
Out of all of them.
Yeah, just wait till you see one with a smasher,
Like a
shielding a
blaster
smasher
or
or
something,
blaster.
yeah.
No, it's not good. It's
feel
just you're like that's just mean.
I feel
like
conflicted because it's kind of cute.
Yeah,
Dude,
it is.
this thing is
it
4
makes you
hours
down when you
long.
kill
I
it,
don't
too.
feel like sitting here for 4 hours to watch some fucking
I know,
fail.
but it's really cute.
Nah.
It has this little like kind of.
So you mentioned it's sort of like a prototype,
Yeah,
mob. Does that mean it's going to stay in the game, or is it
So
something you're sort
we
of
will,
testing?
well, unless we find it's horribly broken. Like we've played,
Ooh,
we've
what
played
is- what
enough with
happened
it. This is an enemy that we've been sort of talking about for a while.
suppose
So I think
propane.
I think it'll stay in the game. We talk about basically its exact, the how much shield it gives, how robust the creature is in its art, in its appearance, and its animations. I'd expect us to be reworking. I had to sort of negotiate with our art team because they absolutely always want to give you guys the best art they can, and they didn't have as much time with this creature as they would have
There
liked.
he comes again. All right.
So what are you going to do about this, Zach?
Well, I'm gonna let him come
You
through,
got to kill the Hank.
and then
It blew up beforehand because somebody hit the tank, right?
I know.
The traps are still there, though. So that's
Some of
good.
them.
Well, some of them are. They're not going to be there for long if this doesn't heal up pretty dang fast. If we get another one of these, we're in trouble.
Uh-oh.
So what I'd expect is that we will iterate on the behavior of the shielder and the art over time. Uh-oh, there's a smasher. Oh, you got him. You guys
Will the
right.
shielder
Yeah.
shield a smasher?
Yes.
In theory, it can shield any of the creatures in the
Okay.
game.
That sounds
Imagine
good.
a shielder shielding a shielder shielding a
And they'll
shielder
start,
shielding a
and they're
shielder.
relatively new. It was
That
actually
should
one of
probably
the
happen
things
in this
that,
fucking game.
the team wanted to have more variety even in the early game. So that creature actually shows up relatively early. So even
How about a
new
goddamn
people
mini boss?
will
What everyone's been asking
begin
for
to
since
have to
day
tangle
one.
with.
I know,
That's the
man.
thing. We were never really happy with the
That is
enemy
needed.
variety at the very beginning of the game, and obviously people gave us feedback that we should change that, and so
Well, this is not going to be good.
Don't die, Zach.
I know. Try not to.
Is
That
it
was
Because even
when
in
I was playing
Ultimate
with
Spy,
that
they
guy
have like
as like
loads
other
of
like
different
basically
types of
whole
mini
army came up
bosses.
behind us.
Is it possible
That's
for
one
us to have
occasion.
two shielders shielding it?
no.
Anything's possible in the land
I
of
suppose the
Buzz.
Smasher is
that
their
so far has
idea.
not been our
I haven't
Of
seen
a mini
that.
boss, but
Yeah.
they're just kind of not unique enough.
Right. Yeah, I don't even think I can stream like this, guys. I'm at 900 kilobytes.
I'm feeling pretty good that you're gonna make it through the first.
Yeah, first night.
I'm comfortable,
first
like,
night.
given
Can you
how
get the
fast
level-
they burn down that smasher. I
Yeah.
think their
Oh,
damage
I
output
mean,
is pretty high.
Yeah, the key thing is that
I can't
Tim
put it in the
Visualize has been
stream,
holding
but-
down
Just send
those
it to
two
me,
other
I'll
fronts.
put it in.
But you see, we've got 3 fronts going on right now, and so that's literally split. I mean, literally, it split our team into 3 in order to make sure that we take care of all the enemies. So
What's interesting about this kind of mode,
Oh, wow.
at
Oh,
least
fuck
from
that.
my perspective, is that this is a bit
There's enough in some
survival is a
characters
little
in
bit more